Hello everyone, today we're going to make chicken and pork adobo, and so we've got a couple of pounds of some pork ribs that we picked up here that I'm going to clean up really good, and then we also have some chicken that we'll do in a moment, and we'll get it ready for a marinade so that we can put flavor to our meat. We like to use pork because pork has a very nice flavor to it for adobo. So we're going to put it in the sink here, and we're just going to use some cold water to clean up the meat really good. We just basically wash the meat really well. We'll place it in this bowl that we're going to mix our marinade in later. So we're washing here. Very important when you cook with meat to clean it very well before you cook it. This is about 2 pounds of ribs, and we'll mix it with a couple of pounds of chicken legs.
Very small chicken legs. Excuse me, chicken wings. We got our pork all cleaned up. I'm just going to give this bowl a quick rinse.
Now we'll go ahead and get the chicken ready. Now with these are chicken wings. I'm going to dump these into the bowl here, and you want to clean up the chicken. So when you're cleaning it, you're going to want to pick off any extra stuff on the outside, like feathers that they didn't get all the prills all the way out. So you want to look really closely at your chicken to make sure that you get all that out. Turn that water down just a bit. Something that goes really good with chicken adobo is a little bit of steamed rice. Very good combination. And you can choose any vegetable you want to have with it, with your favorite vegetable. Now that I got all the chicken wings cleaned off, I'm going to dump them back into this pan and give them a really good rinse. I'm going to rinse them a couple of times. Just like when you're making rice, you want to rinse the rice. You do the same thing to the meat. Get all the... clean it really good. Okay, maybe one more quick rinse. And into the bowl we go with the pork. I'll put them on this platter first though. So we have 4 garlic cloves. We're going to smash the garlic, but we're going to leave the peel on the garlic because this is going in our marinade. One thing I want to stress when you're working with raw meats, you want to make sure you're washing your hands constantly before you touch other portions of food. We're gonna put the garlic in with the meat. And we're gonna put in 2 bay leaves. About 1 tablespoon of chicken powder. Sprinkle that in there. And a teaspoon of peppercorns. Leave the peppercorns whole. And we're gonna we're gonna grind some pepper into the meat also. Okay, that's good, a little pepper. Two tablespoons of vinegar. Two tablespoons of soy sauce. Pour that in there. And 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce. Okay, we're going to give this a good mix. Just mix it with your hand. Make sure your hands are clean. I just washed mine. And mix all that together really good. You want to marinate the meat for at least 30 minutes or so. We'll probably let this one sit a little bit longer today, but we're going to get this mixed really good. And that's it. So we're going to cook our adobo now.
Olive oil.
And so we're going to start with about 3 tablespoons or so of olive oil. And saute up some garlic and onion. So we're going to put the garlic in and saute it until it's slightly brown. And then we'll add in the onion. Saute the onion. Again, we put about 3 tablespoons of olive oil in there. Okay, it's time for the onion now. Put all the onion in there. Give it a good stir. Okay. Now we're ready to add our meat. So you just want to put the meat in first. You don't want to put the sauce in yet. We're going to do that later. Get the meat in there, get it cooking, get it brown before we add the sauce. side, and we're going to mix this meat. Get it cooking. And we're on high heat, by the way. You want to brown the meat on high heat. Underneath and lift it. Smells good already. Okay. Now we're going to cover it. I need to find my lid. We're going to cover it and bring it to a boil, which we should be already at a boil. We're already at a boil. So now we're going to turn it down to medium. Okay, so we're ready to add the rest of the juice. We're just going to pour it in. Okay. Mix it in a little bit. Whoopsie. Mix it in a little. And then we're going to boil it until the juice, the natural juice, is reduced down a bit, and until the meat absorbs the juice and the flavor. So we'll boil it for a little bit. Okay, we are ready. Our juice is cooked down, and we're ready to add our water to it now. The reason we wait to add the water is we want the juice to absorb into the meat. So we're now adding the water. I got a little bit on the stove. That's gonna probably set off the smoke detector. And okay, we'll mix this in a little bit. We want to bring it to a boil. Oh, I should have told you this is about 5 cups of water, by the way. Okay, so we're gonna bring this to a boil, and once it boils, we'll bring it down to medium heat and simmer it for about 45 minutes. Okay, so the sauce is pretty much absorbed into the meat now. We're going to add a couple of tablespoons of butter to it. It's optional, but it makes it taste really, really good. So we're going to mix the butter in and let it melt. Let it melt in there and mix it around. Okay, so it's done, and as you can see, our sauce is nice and thick now. Makes for a nice gravy on the rice. So we are going to turn it off. Take it off the heat. And bon appetit. Okay, here we go. We got adobo and some vegetables, broccoli and cauliflower, and some steamed rice. Dinner is served.